We are living in exciting times if you're a student of Bible prophecy. There are many things happening that seem to be pointing to the time of the end, as mentioned in the book of Daniel. The time of the end is that period in history which closes out this world as we know it and ushers in the next. It begins with the emergence of a powerful world leader, who the Bible calls the Antichrist. Now, skeptics say that there are always people saying that the end is near, and that time, it's always been this way, but not now. This time is different. Let's look at some things that show why it is different, some examples, and how those differences really provide for the fulfillment of end-time prophecies that are outlined in the Bible. Now, most end-time Bible prophecies involve Israel. But for almost 1900 years, there was no Israel. Israel essentially disappeared in 135 AD when the Roman general Hadrian destroyed the last remaining resistance in Israel. And Jews were scattered all over the world, confirming many Bible prophecies that said they would be scattered, dispersed among all the nations. He actually changed the name of Israel to Palestine, which was a Latinized name of the tribe of the Philistines, the hated enemies of Israel. So Israel ceased to exist as a nation until 1948, May 18th, when Israel was reestablished in their original homeland, began to speak their original language, totally reestablished. Israel has been reestablished in great wonder. The land is blooming like a rose after it was desolate for so many years. So prophecies about Israel are now being fulfilled. That's different. The Bible tells us about the coming of this world ruler called the Antichrist. He will be revealed after the rapture, which is the sudden catching away of all the followers of Jesus. He's going to rule for 7 years, a time the Bible calls the tribulation. His reign will be marked by violence against anyone who opposes him. He will relentlessly pursue those who become Christians. During the first 3.5 years of the tribulation, there are two witnesses that show up in Jerusalem. They'll be proclaiming the truth of the prophecies. When they are finished, the Antichrist will kill them. And as their bodies lie in the street in Jerusalem, the Bible prophesies that the whole world will see that. Today, in our time, that is possible. That's different. Daniel says that near the time of the end, there will be a marked increase in knowledge and travel. Again, that describes the times we're living in. The internet has made knowledge incredibly available. World travel has become commonplace. That's different than times past. Daniel was also told twice to seal up the prophecies until the time of the end, likely because no one would be able to understand them until that time arrived. Now, in our time, those prophecies make sense. One of the most specific prophecies is in Ezekiel 38, which describes a military alliance formed by Russia and Iran and Turkey and some other African nations. This is happening today, in our time, for the first time in history. That's different. The time of the Antichrist will be one of complete control of each person's life. No one will be able to buy or sell anything without the mark of the Antichrist on them, either on their forehead or on their hand. We have technology today to embed a microchip under the skin which identifies us and tracks our every movement. That's different. We are rapidly moving toward a cashless society. The technology is now available. So everything is needed for the mark of the Antichrist. Everything's in place. That's different. So is it time for the Antichrist? Jesus said concerning his return to destroy the Antichrist. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But the Bible also says in Hebrews 10:25 that we can see the day approaching. That day. How? By observing the signs. When you observe the signs of the times of the end, you will see that we are living in the times of the signs. Be sure you're ready when all end times events start to happen rapidly. If you're a Christian, this is a very exciting time to be alive and watch us unfolding. If you're not a follower of Jesus Christ, this could be a terrifying time, and it should be. You can change that by turning to Christ. Just admit who you are, a sinner. Christ has died for you to pay for your sin and risen again in victory over death. Just simply accepting that is all that needs to happen for you to be a follower of Christ and avoid what is coming under the Antichrist.